we have too much bitrate issue to stream. It's a fucking Thursday, man. See how that goes. Bitrate's appalling. It's just audio test 1 2 1 2. Audio test 1 2 1 2. My mic test 1 2 1 2. You've got a shitload of latency. I do apologise. I have the internet of a neighbourhood full of Margarets sending emails to the bosses because they're all working at home somehow still. So I have really crap internet. So I do apologise. This is going to be a bit clunky on the stream. Bear with it. I'm just having a chill. I have got chat open so I can see what's going on. So yay. So I do apologise for the bit quality. What's going on with my Spotify? Because we've got music on Spotify. Is Spotify not playing ball? Yeah, it is. It's been really fucking quiet. Turn that up with it. Turn down the overall audio for me. Let's get started on then, because it always goes tits up when I start these fucking. Whenever I start this. Got access to a roundabout because that's generally what I usually use these. So anyone coming to the town has accessibility to get to the town and get the hell out straight away. Let's throw that up there. Let's make this industry there. And before I forget, because I always love to forget because I'm an idiot. This is going to be a bit of a pain, boys and girls. We have a wee bit of a problem, which is, what's this garbage? No, this is suction. Right, so we're sucking the problem we have is, unfortunate reality is that don't mind my appalling plumbing on this, it's, I always do a really bad job. Not a part of them. You want to have it. When the stuff's happening. Are you doing it? living right near power lines, which is not per se recommended, but it's a cheap beginning of a town, so leave me alone. So what? Timmy's legs don't work proper after living there. Timmy can live on the street, oh I know. Watch the marvellous bad design take place, because this is just going to go horribly wrong, I can already tell. The only problem we have is the power line is not brilliantly positioned, though. I will mention that. Yeah. There we go. So these guys can get power up here on the industrial side of things, because you know they're going to be whinging about that very quickly. We're hemorrhaging quite a large amount of money. It's not a good sign, but it's early days. Don't know what we're hemorrhaging money over. Just actually, yeah, because we've got a water treatment plant and a a dumping pipe and a suction pipe and a 2 windmills we're paying for on a lot of roads. So yeah, you can imagine that'd be quite expensive to start out with. But once we get people in, we're all good. The only problem is making sure we spend more of the money quicker than we're losing it. There we go, more hours, more places for people to live. Unfortunately, we can't pay for any of the public services to trying to lure people into this poor town, to be fair. Hopefully my voice can actually be heard over the music, I don't know what it makes it. Yes, I know I'm hemorrhaging money game, you don't have to remind me. Having a wee bit of a problem called this place doesn't build quick. Okay. I'll watch this build up this little town. But hey ho. Early days. The same problem I don't like with this game is that I end up being very kind of uniformic to a certain again. I don't like doing it because I want to be more kind of like weird and wonderful shapes. But the problem is doing that is it's inefficient. So in turn you end up with the scenario of problems being occurring for it. And you're better off kind of doing like grid situations. I always do like though to make little fucking pockets of just industry. Like, that's the industry area. Don't have residential near it. In my head it's like, yeah, it's not super duper close, but you're not that far away from it that you couldn't like walk to your workplace. But in turn you're not like massively kind of like living next door to a fucking factory pumping out like carbon. It's not really wonderful either. Yes, empty roads, lovely. same as manhole covers on every road. I don't know if it's set roads already. Yeah, he's smart enough to understand only put manhole covers on the roads where you've actually got like the potential for like a pipe being under it. So that one would have. I might be wrong. There's two there I can see with manhole covers in. These guys like having a garden front, don't they? Don't really have many in the UK because don't put them away. And then we go gale season. You will find it in somebody's out front door, not front door, front fucking window of their house or car. I won't say too kindly to that. Why is the garden furniture in the neighbour's fucking garden? Oh, I just nicked it. No, a gust of wind came along and nicked it for them. You can put weights down and stuff, but I still wouldn't really be like, oh. It's like, well, it keeps the sun off you. Oh, you know that thing like at the end of your garden called your house. Go in there. You don't want to be in the sun, for fuck's sake. I don't want to be in the shade, but outside. But in your garden, go out, go for a picnic. Go out and have a outside in a nice place. Not anti-gardening. Gardening to me is a little bit like, right, let plants grow there, let nature take its place. But we got any demand for anything at the moment? Nah, we're still just developing, aren't we, really? Not really having any major problems. Oh, we have got a major problem. It's called me not going to point to me too. There you go, guys. Cool. My apologies. But no, I just for a garden to me is kind of a very simple thing. It's a little access of nature. You get to play with nature. You get to do that aspect. That's fair enough. Do garden. That's all good. That's all your cup of tea. But goes to and you kind of get. We have many dogs, so our gardening is realistically not a nice place to be. The dogs taught you what. So yeah, not a pleasant place to be. So for me personally, the garden's turned into make it manageable and make it sort of wild plants there, so it's not how nature grow. E.g., you're promoting bugger life and wildlife. What would you naturally want there? The problem we have is that we have lots of cats as well. So when we introduce birds and try to bring them to the garden, it's like bringing Mackies to Chardonnay Road. It's going to be a matter of time before some poor Mackie worker's going to get nicked and have a Mackie robbed for him. In this case, the cats will fucking have a bird and it's like, fast food. It's like, no cat, it's a bird. Don't, you bastard. We have it with George all the time, which is our Siamese. He'll come in and probably about 11, 12 o'clock, squawking like a fucking banshee. And you look at him and you're like, what? And he's like with a fucking mouse in his mouth going, why? I've got a fucking mouse, mate. What? And you're like, fucking come here. He's just trying to grab him and grab the fucking mouse off him. You're like, you little bastard. And the best one is when not best, but worst one he does is like when he doesn't get mice is when he gets like fucking little shrews, which are they're like mice but got longer noses. They're a little bit smaller than mice. Super cute little animal. And he just brings them in. You're like, you little bastard. Fair enough when it brings field mice in, but like shrews, it's like, oh come on, they're not. What the fuck? Fucking trap. Just having a cock. Oh fuck, mate. Having accidents, Jesus. Won't even ask. But no, he's a little pain in the arse for it, really is. It doesn't mean to be, he's just a cat being a cat, but still, you just like you little bastard. Cannot go him a roundabout, but we will deal with that in the near future, do not worry. on, making $400 per day when you can't get anyone in the town otherwise. It was just upgrading roads. Come on. Yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem, that is that road system here. Clearly there was enough room. What the weird and wonderful sounds of traffic, lovely. We may have to delete these roads and make a little bit more room for them. We'll delete both of them and just like make them so they come off a little bit better. Ooh, we have a power problem. We did have a power problem, alright. We don't have a power problem now because we're just going to throw another one of these here. Could have bought a nuclear power plant. I'm actually just buy all of these because, let's be honest, that's usually what does me in is not having a power plant. I will be honest with you. How much is it for landfill? 4,000. So we build continue our big industrial road all the way out here. And we just for a little dirt road going up to the skips at the top, which we will need. For that. These guys are making me plenty of money. Jeez. So our highway system's not getting massively used, but the big thing is what I'm gonna have to sort out is this down the line. It's alright for now, especially getting people in and out. But I'm going to have to upgrade it a wee bit later down the line. It's always a nightmare because you're trying to set that up for future proofs for it. It's just not likely to go over well. I always find it's always like, how am I cocking it up today kind of scenario. It's like, never goes well for me. Yep. 600 for a fucking dirt road. All you have to do is pay a fucking farmer's tractor to go out there and it'll flatten the dirt out for you. Maybe a few bags for gravel if you really want to get fancy, like, you know, well, we don't want to get chewed up too much. Use a bit of gravel. Right, how much is it just for a normal road in comparison? Oh, well, it's not that much more, it's like double the price, but it's made of tarmac, has to have a foundation footing, which is usually concrete. Fuck off. Garbage problem shortly. I've seen somebody's got a water problem with them not being accessible to the pipe system. So we'll see. That's that dealt with. What's your problem? Oh, you've built just outside the plumbing range. Lovely. Well done for that. I'll get you sorted in a minute. Oh, come on, he's in the plumbing range now. He's just bullshit. He's just doing it for fucking tax rebates, like lowering our water. Next 20. 820, come on. No, that's really cool. You can combine this game with Sims, and I don't mean to the point where you build a sitting plate and Sims fucking processing power would be just too much for most computers. But being able to build like have this kind of ability to build like a little town for your Sims to live in, and then have like placings within your little town, but being able to like lay out the town and do things like that, I think would be pretty fucking awesome. But hey, that's just me being me, so don't worry about me. I'm just a nutter. You don't need to know what I think, because most of the time I'm talking complete and utter fucking nonsense and out my arse. Pushing our water pressure a bit harder. No, it should be alright. Long pipes, a lot of pressure has to be built up to kind of push water through them effectively. Brilliant. Brilliant at all, Sonny Jim. We just need to do landfill now. Should we got plumbing around this? No, we haven't yet. We'll just get some plumbing around this. Retails in here. Yeah, there you go. It's retails. You don't need tons of retail. You just need a little bit of retail to make them kind of not happy, but you know, satisfied that they'll leave me alone for a little while. Just keep growing the town a little bit while we're at it. Because you know we're making money on the takeover, I do want to keep investing money where it's most efficiently growing the town and growing prosperity within my little utopia of ones and zeros walking around just following fucking code. Bollocks. There's a big gap there, but whatever. The recommendation of the game, and the game went, "Ha, screw you out." It's like, you bastard of a game. So you little bastard of the game's doing it again. It's like too close. That's what you wanted. I made you that line, you bastard. They're gonna whinge about water, aren't they? Probably. Too bad. You got close. Not having any water. Put this down and we should be good for a little while now. The demand should be at a reasonable level, may we say. Now we just need to say we can get a landfill, because clearly we're having landfill problems over here. I'm going to upgrade this road eventually and get rid of this kind of roundabout type design, so it's a little bit more kind of get people in and out of the town, the city a bit easier. Need £4 for it though, for a landfill. So we'll just have to wait for a little while. Which is fine. Look at that smog. Ain't that beautiful to see? Get out of the industrial area. Get away from the smog. You know, picturesque smog. That's why I don't like people living near that, because it's just like smog central. It's not like to use traffic that's causing the smog. What's he doing? Crazy donut driver. What's it? Not even to our side. Probably right, I was not. Right. What we got? Take a loan out while I can get my landfill and then possibly get my hospital. Oh, I can get a high school. It's £10 grand. And I can put a thingy in there as well. Get on that education early. Landfill now coming, so it's all good for that. Just need to get a hospital tucked in there as well. And then we can start worrying about like building up like more houses and shit. Because at the moment we're not growing beyond the limitations of the town, which is good. Because what sometimes I do is I grow the town so quick, but I've not got any of the fucking public or social services in. It's like more houses, more roads. Don't care about skills and education. Don't care. You can all be homeschooled. It'll be fine. It's like, no! Fuck's sakes. Crazy nutter. It's like, yeah. Who needs healthcare? Not one of these people. Give them some. There we go. Let's give them a watch for a little while while yeah. Look, some revenue. They're all upgrading. No, they've still got parodies. They've not got trampolines yet. There goes the army of fucking rubbish trucks going out picking up rubbish. We at the moment have like 5 bins. I'm like, oh, in 2025 we're gonna have like hundreds of bins in front of our houses. It's just like everything must be sorted by the person who owns the property rather than sorting it out at the landfill site. Got to save some money for public services what I've privatised. And then it all gets shoved in the ground anyway, because the mass majority of stuff can't be recycled unless it gets properly sorted and organised, which then only a set amount of it can do, and then the cost of recycling has to be has to be justifiably greater than the cost of just digging it out the fucking ground and using the resource as it is. And that's the fucking problem you have, is cost. Everything's run to a cost, everything's run to a budget. So if you ain't near budget and you ain't in cost effectiveness, ain't fucking good, mate. And that be a wee bit of a problem at the moment, is that everything's run to a fucking cost, to a budget, and well, not saying that bad of a thing till you come to the realisation. Highway instead. Because long term these guys are all going to get to keep their nice little pretty houses. You know it's going to come. You'd be like looking down the street going, well, he's lost his house, he's lost his house. Ah, you can't do this one as well, can he? Yeah, I am. Oh, yeah. And we've got the nice white street lights, which are fucking horrible. Bloody hell. I'm in a ranty fucking mood, aren't I, today, ain't I, boys and girls? Right, old ranty mood. But no, it's like you don't want these because it fucks your head up and you don't sleep proper. You want yellow. It's natural. We've even fucking done research into it. We have evolved to sleep near campfires, not next to giant white halogen bulbs trying to replicate the fucking sun. For fuck's sake. You finish having your rant. No, rant, rage against the machine. We're gonna have to wait till daytime anyway before I can do any more planning and building, because it's gonna be a pain doing it at night. We're not getting any build up of traffic too much, but our town's not that big at the moment yet. I don't like the way that road is to the motorway. It's just like that. It's just trouble in its fucking finest, but I'll worry about that when I need to worry about it. It's always a nightmare trying to get that set up, but I'm glad I've cut that off now where I have. I may just get rid of these power lines and build up into that area and build some more houses in that direction. That's probably our best bet. And you may go, well, why but a highway there? Because all that down the lines, this can be our main road into the city, so I'll just have it snaking round. So yeah. ring road, mate. Ring road. We do ring roads around the outside, not through the inside. Fuck me, these guys are nutters. Fucking nut drivers, look at them. It's like, I'm going on the outside lane, I'm going on the inside lane, I'm going on the outside lane. Whoa. Bloody nutters, mate. Bro, bloody nutters. I need to make them one way, because at the moment they're two way for no good reason. Wrong way. There we go. Otherwise, the point was them coming in because he can't go anywhere with it. It's like, oh, that's a bit of a fucking pointless exercise, isn't it? So going from like 4 lanes to 2 lanes, it's a fucking nightmare at the moment. I'm like that. There we go. Feel much better now. Big roads. Big boy roads. On a big boy roundabout. Maybe they're contesting. Is that because of the power line? I think that's the name of the power line. Let's just get rid of the power line. Let's also get rid of this road. Before we do that, I need to make sure I've got enough room. All my industrial guys are always screaming at me going, I've got no fucking power. And I'm like, dude, chill dudes. I need the power. Come on, 240. I know that seems a bit ugly. There. Much nicer. Come on, power lines. Industry is just screaming like maniacs. Going, what's it doing? What's it doing? Oh, you're a nutter. Sorry, I'm a nutter. I'm a nutter, but not that bad. It's always a nightmare this, because you always have this problem where it's like yeah, that's fine. I may just fix this road system first before I go nutty because of it. Before all my industry goes insane, let's fix that as well. I need to upgrade, spin them round, the right way around, the right way around. Yeah, we've got the mad roundabout road. They're all whinging about power consumption. My town is going a bit ballistic because there's no... Well, we've got a fire station we need that. That's actually quite important. Can't afford a police station now though, but it's fine. Solved. No, we might as well get rid of these as well. Oh, bloody hell, we're already on it. Bloody wonderful, mate. Bloody wonderful. There we go. Oh, everyone has a house now. It's living around this area. We've got a bit of a area for housing to develop into. Don't want a big roundabout. What's a small roundabout? Here's a roundabout at the beginning of the game. What? That's a large roundabout. What about small roundabouts? Small roundabouts. There we go. Yeah, we'll throw a small roundabout in round here-ish so we can then bring this load onto it, and that'll be our divide from sector to sector. Alright, let's go and continue watching the chaos we just caused. Woo! Continue the police station building up first before we start building more town, because we're going to have problems if we don't. I don't regret doing what I did at the beginning of the city. You might think, oh, that's a bit fugly and ugly, but it's necessary for like maintaining a kind of non-fucking highly trafficized area. It gets a little bit, but sometimes the traffic to the point where you're like, Jesus, too much traffic. There's like nothing's moving in the city. It's just traffic logs. Main thing I found with city builders is plan and organise your roads. Understand how the AI is going to use the roads. Understand how the road system needs to work to be the most efficient it can fucking be for them. E.g., get them on big roads and have little amount of junctions if you need them to go from A to B. Problem is, you can't. The more you build up them, you end up building more junctions than intend to. Yeah, I always want to build like a big snake city, which a one-way road which just goes all the way through your map and only goes one way. You can't go two-way. You got to go one way on it. Big snake, and then build everything on that and see how well it does. But it's a bit of a kind of like the novelty of it would run out very quickly, I'd imagine, for myself. At least you don't have to worry about fires in the rain, just lightning strikes, to be honest, but it's raining, so there's not that much fire. Quite interesting. The Irish, the love of the Irish, especially the Northern Irish, it's the marching season, they call it, where they do celebrations. They decided to build they do this regularly, build bonfires. Some bright Irishmen felt the need to build a 7-foot tall, it's like 7-story tall fucking pallet using a fucking crane on a little bit of Greenland outside a housing estate. Basically the houses all go around, it's like a little bit of green space in between all these houses inside the housing estate. About a 7-foot tower of basically wood to then light on fire on the match on this set day. Thing's fucking tall enough when it falls over and it's on fire, it probably will hit somebody's house on like the house on fucking fire. It's like, what the nutters? And you're just looking at these like big ass fucking estuaries they're building, these giant towers made of wood and fire, and it's like fair enough, build a fucking big fire, yeah, that's fine. But don't build them in the middle of a fucking housing estate. It's like, mate, your house is over there, mate. Your tower's that tall. If it does fall over, it's going to hit your fucking front door, mate. It's going to be on fire. And then you get upset when the fire service come along and knock it down. They wouldn't mind you burning shit if it was like, you know, to a scale and a size what might be considerably reasonable. But they build them like in like the middle of fucking roads or in the middle of a housing estate or just on a fucking the most insane places, and they're never small. They're like big fuck off towers. And it's like, dude, the amount of ash and fire hazards you've just made. And the thing is, the worst thing is they do this, and it's like, why are you stopping them? Because more often than not, they're building these things outside their own houses. Let them burn them and let them burn their own houses down. It'd be like you're stopping Darwinism. You are honest to God stopping Darwinism, because it's like, do you not think that building a giant campfire outside the front of your fucking house is a bit stupid in case it lights your house on fire? Controllable. How are you going to control it? Have you got a fire truck on site? No. Have you even thought about what happens if it goes fucking awry? No. Wow. And it is just like, oh, I'm amazed with you people. You're amazing, but you are just a bunch of fucking nutters. And on the other end of the fucking spectrum, people with fucking sense, Norwegians, they do like a fucking a summer burning, and they have the word wreck off the top of it. They build it, and they build it on a little fucking island on the one of the fucking in the floor, like little fucking stone island or a little bit off the fucking mainland, where it's like if this falls over, it just goes in water. It just goes in the sea. It's not a problem. And yes, they are fucking big, but even so, it's like, what can go wrong? Not an awful fucking lot. Somebody's thought about this and fucking seen and gone, right, yeah, we'll do this, so it didn't go fucking right. Fucking Scandinavians, yet again, where all common sense has left the Western world and has entered just Scandinavian states and just lives there. It's fucking amazing. You know, Norwegian squaddies are fucking nutters. I like them. They're nutters now. Fun bunch of nutters. Right, let's get on with what we were doing. Apparently we need some more, what do you call it? Are we not making enough power? Oh, we are not making enough power. Again. Oh, fuck. Am I better off doing this on the coast here? This is going to cost me a bit of time, isn't it? Yeah, I'm very reliant on the wind. I'm gonna have to get a coal power plant, as much as I don't like using them, but they're just, you're not reliant on wind, which is kind of a problem. Bloody hell, what's that costing to get that built? It's insane. So just put a power line in to link up a power grid. Oof. 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 I'll say oof. Nah, I just find that the general fucking nuttiness of like what they're doing is just like, yeah, you guys just not thought this through, have you? But say that you go to them around and they've got like fucking giant steel gate walls built between fucking out of the states because of the religious fucking xenophobicness and shit and stuff going on. You're like, wow, you guys are seriously fucking. You need to kind of wake up and realise that you're all fucking even. You're all living on the same bit of fucking dirt and earth next to this fucking country, which has manipulated your people to fucking fight one another. It's like, for fuck's sakes. What does it matter what he believes in? Go to the same shop as you. Your kids, yeah, they don't go to the same school as you because you're that fucking xenophobic and racist to one another. You wouldn't allow them to go to the same school, but you know. Oh, it's not racist, they're both white. No, they're discriminating against another individual based on religious fucking premise. Not based on a fucking. Might as well be basing it on his fucking. Oh, what's going on there? I don't need these anymore. They've linked up otherwise. First things first, can we get better education yet? Yes we can, but I can't afford it. But what we do desperately need a police station because we've been putting that off for a while. Don't really, we've already got a hospital in there. We do want higher education, but that's not a major. What is not a major. Against another human being based on the pure fucking fact of what they believe in and fucking, and of all things being that it's religion and it's literally the same fucking religion, but because it was written by a fucking Englishman, it's just like it confuses my brain beyond all fucking reasonable rational thought process, because it's like, you're a Christian, yeah, but I'm a Catholic and he's a Roman, we don't like each other. You're both fucking Christians. Did you not listen to Jesus? He'd be looking at you like you're a fucking raving nutter. That. Love my neighbour. Heard of that? One of the 10 commandments. Not burn my neighbour out of his house. You prick. Yeah. Don't take kindly to the right-wing nutty racist fucking Irish too much myself. normal Irish folk, you're perfectly fucking fine, especially with Southern Irish, you fucking bob on. But fucking the Northern fucking massively racist nutties, it's just like, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not going to be politically nice to people who literally burnt people out of their fucking homes because of a religious premise and shit like that, because to me it's like, no. I'm not Mr. Donald Trump. I'm not a slimy bastard who justifies Nazis and groups like that. To me it's like, if you're a nasty bastard and you're being a nasty bastard, you might as well be called a nasty bastard because you're being a nasty bastard. End of. There's not really any ifs or buts about that. That's just the fucking way things are. You're being nasty, you're not being very nice, and you're generally being quite a horrific kind of person with the morality of the way you're treating other human beings. It's like, yeah, somebody needs to say, no, you're a bit out of line there, lads. You need to stop. You need to stop, like, stop pouncing shit about, you know, your fellow countrymen saying, oh, they're all bastards. Oh, you just got to turn around and go, wait a minute. let's actually think about this, boys and girls. Does he or does he not go to the same shop as you? Yes. Does he or does he not live in a house pretty much not that far away from you? Yes. Did he or did he not come up in a school similar to yours within the same fucking region? Kind of, yes, but he went to a different house of fucking belief. Wow! You're just a little bit too far gone for Michael would say then at that point. You are just like, there's no real hope in you at that point. You are just like, nah. I can't help you. You're beyond help because you can't seem to see why that behaviour may be problematic. Because in your head, you've already justified your actions against like people who've literally done nothing to you. Fair enough, an eye for an eye. If a man's fucking gone out of his way and has done a sin or a crime against you, and it's, you know, that I can see why, but that's kind of going into like the Jewism, like their extremist point. But that's let's not even go there, because then people who are Jewism get kind of very upset when you start talking about Israel and the shenanigans there. And when you look into it, you go, this is all over fucking borders from donkeys ago. Yeah. Yeah. It gets a little bit like right, and yeah, again, something caused by the English to a certain degree because of what we did. It was like, oh no, but no, we'll stick with the Irish. The Irish lot are a little bit nutty, but the vast majority of normal Irish folk who are actually Irish, not nationalists who want to be British but live in Ireland but don't want to move to Britain, but they want to be Irish but they want Ireland to be under the imperial rule of England, like some mad Russian fucking shit, because that's what the Russians do, is they ship a load of Russians in, so then the people in that area are pretty much half Russian, half non-Russian, so they become Russian because, well, half the population's already fucking Russian. So yeah, you are Russia. Why is that? Because half the people here are from fucking Russia and were brought up in Russia, and the kids have been brought up with Russian values because they're only fucking second generation of this area, and the identity of the area is not strong enough to kind of counter the effects of the people who you've shipped in as Russians. It's what the Romans kind of did. It's more the Vikings who did it, not the Romans. That's what the Vikings would do. They would beat the living shit out of the locals and then bring in their own settlers who would be, you know, Danish or fucking Norwegian or Swedish. It would just were farmers and who'd go there, build their own little houses and then farm with all the other locals and kind of interbreed with them, and they would become kind of part of the society, would basically expand their empire without expanding it, because no one would want to go to war with basically their ancestors' fucking native home in a sense. Let's go and invade Norway. Wait a minute, King, wasn't your great granddad from fucking Norway? Yeah. Should we invade? No, because I've got family over there and I'll be a dick. Alright, who can we invade then? Well, I'm not related to the French, but we do have close relationships with the French. Shit. What about the Italians? Ah, we can invade them because we're not related to them. Yeah. big fucking trick. They fucking clocked onto that quite early on, which was make sure you're related to the fucking people who are related to the. Oh, shizers, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Get in. Make sure you're related to, not related to, but you are like somewhat connected to family-wise. Oh, bollocks, did that wrong. That's the one we wanted. I want to put some more industry here ideally, but we don't really need it, so I'm just going to put residential instead. I'm going to make a road block though, that's going to be the block for like the industry, so I'm not putting in like non-residential in a from Europe. No, they kind of clocked onto that and they kind of stayed put with that idea of kind of, if you're related to them, you don't fucking fight with them. It's kind of the way the fucking Vikings kind of dealt with it. You had a lot of fucking warring tribes, especially in like Norway and places like that. It couldn't be helped partly because it was like, well, that can be industry, but that on that side can't. That's got to be not residential. I don't want them linked. It's going to be cheap, nasty residential. But fucking industry. But no, the Russians still use that tactic, put their own people in. You don't go to war with Russia if most of your population are Russians who just happen to have moved out of Russia. It's what the European Union was a bit about, was you don't go to war with the man serving your bread. You don't go to war with the man who's your shopkeep, because you don't fucking make war with the people feeding you. Simple fucking sense. It's like, alright, if you're buying something from him, would you go to war with him? No, unless you want to take it from him by force. And if you're doing that, then you're not, it don't matter what you do, you're just going to fucking, you've got the war path mentality, which is that if I can't have it, then I'm going to go to war about it and I'm going to fight you over it. It's like, right, so no matter what they do, you're going to always go to war and fight over whatever it is, because you believe in, like an entitled idiot, that you have rights to things what you don't, which is like, no. It's not, that's not how you fucking do things like that. You do not fucking do it that way. It is very fucking stupid. But that's the mentality some folks have, and if you've got that mentality, and that's the, well, we can take it with force because we're the biggest and strongest in the fucking area, and we'll fight and we'll take what we want. We won't trade and shit. Very old English fucking imperial mentality. We are those savages in the Middle East. We'll take from them. How dare we trade with them? Who do they think they are? We're superior. We'll take it from them, rather than trading with them. And we did that with Africa, Asia, and fucking the Middle East and fucking Africa. You know, we weren't very fucking nice, to say the fucking least, about a lot of the things we were doing. And, you know, for those, it was a time era, and there was a requirement of different time era, different mentality, don't know the full ins and outs of fully the political situation, the stage, and the industry. You know, there's a lot going on. But the modern age is kind of shown and proven that model of running things doesn't really work very well. Don't worry, I will do some like chill cams, but it's kind of like it's proven that it can't really work that much. It's not sustainable. You saw it with the ever-going wars with Europe, to the point where Europe was basically just a mud pit of fucking blood, measuring tears, because they flattened and killed one another after the Great Wars. You had the first Great War, and then you had the second Great War, and it was like the second Great War was the result from the first Great War because of economic and industrial fucking symptoms. And there'd be a load of fucking historians going, no, it was because of this. It's like, from my understanding, Germany got fucked over and didn't have anyone fucking trading with them. The population was miserable and poor, and that resulted in a fucking right-wing Nazi party getting voted in, which was the fucking Nazi group, which was the Nationalist Party of Germany. Yes, boys and girls, it was a Nationalist Party. Very much like fucking UKIP. But, you know, hey ho. You want to keep voting UKIP, go and vote UKIP. Don't look at me when I turn around and say, well, they made camps, didn't they? You just changed the fucking thing from Jews to anyone other than English. Oh, wait, the Germans also did that, didn't they? Learn from history or you will repeat it 1,000 times over till you fucking learn it. It's the way history works. Beat your head with a big stick till you learn. Doesn't play nice. That's the way the world works. It's you know, that's the way it's the way it is, you know. It's not. We're almost there. I'm just pulling this little town up. I should really put a fast speed, but I'm like, yeah, let's chill, dudes. I was gonna walk my dogs, but I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood to put pants on and walk my dogs. I've got to go to work anyway later, so I will have to put pants on. I'm just not in the mood to walk them. Because it's like, it's an employees market, this. Not a workers market, employers market. It's an employees market, which means there's not a lot of fucking employees, but there's a lot of fucking jobs. So people who are picky won't work for shit companies and will only work for the companies paying them the most money. It's in the benefit of the employee, not in the benefit of the employer. So you don't get a lot of companies wanting to move here. But in turn, companies what are here will have employees who will be taking the fucking piss in some ways. It's a bit of a weird fucking scenario. You won't have a lot of people doing shit jobs because a lot of the people in the area will be like, well, I'm not doing that shit job, and they'll just get a job doing something they actually want. So I'm very efficient workers because everyone will be actually doing what they fucking want or doing a job what they don't mind, and then employees won't be dicks, so everyone will be happier. But hey, you know, just so a bit of social fucking acknowledgement of the reality of the world and going, you know, you do realise when people do things they don't like doing, that they're generally usually worse at doing them than the people who actually enjoy or want to do what they're doing will do. It's kind of common sense. So if you want to learn something you're actually interested in, or something you actually have some you know, engagement in. Because if you don't, you're going to be smacking your head against a brick wall till you learn it. And it's a fucking nightmare. It rains an awful lot in this area, doesn't it? So far it's just continuous rain on this map, so bloody hell. But no, it's one of those. I do narrate of my opinions, my political opinions. Fuck them. Fuck them. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to upset somebody with the way you fucking think politically, because the vast majority of us, especially nowadays, can't come to agreements on our political opinions anymore, because most of us are that fucking tied in our own mentality and that headstrong with the way we think. It prevents us from thinking straight away with the other person's point of view and seeing them. So it presents problems when it comes to political conversations. You've got very passionate and very heartfelt people, but echo chambers and the ever divisive kind of dividing of political opinions from right and left has resulted in people who can't. You see it in America. Americans are fucking fantastic for like observations in this scenario, because the political fear in America as a whole is very much like a fucking. It's like watching a fucking fish tank of people. It's like really interesting. As much as I don't like Americans, in this sense, I don't like capitalism, and America is the golden child of capitalism, and I hate capitalism because I see it as a very evil system. But anyway, that's another fucking tangent. When you've got a situation like money now. We can get this piping done now. Shouldn't take me too long to get all the piping done. Ooh. As soon as we've done this, we can get houses built. That's the big thing. That's the big problem we're having at the moment. We need houses building. Hey, there we go. Now we can build some houses in here. Residential. So we go residential, residential. True now. No. Yes. Was clear. I want remove. Leave that blank for now, so we're not touching one another with. So I'll turn this into office space down the line, so I'm quite fine with that being how it is right now. I do need to put some more industry in, but we'll worry about that later down the line. There's a linking of a mad nutty road system. And we'll put some more industry in around the back of this, so yeah, fill. There we go. And we'll get some more people in here. That'll be building nicely. Lovely. But now it's the Americans are always fascinating to watch because their system's very fucking corrupt. But they use like the old British fucking before Henry. I think it was Henry II, or was it Henry II? Came up with a new like fucking way of doing law. So they use like the old law system, which is a bit. It has problems. It doesn't adapt very quickly, and that's the problem. You don't. I don't fully know it because I never had to learn it, because why the fuck would I need to learn a law system we don't use in the UK, because the UK doesn't use that law system anymore. That's an American law system. It was kind of brought up and it was mentioned that the Americans still use it because they never evolved theirs beyond that point, which was a bit interesting. But now actually I know what I'll do. Instead of we got plants. I want other parks. Yes, that's actually quite useful. I actually got a park in here anyway. Throw that there. I actually don't really want that. What I wanted. Throw that. I wanted trees. This was a big brush version of this, so you can do this a bit easier. Showing pictures of pine trees. Where are the pine trees? Come on. Yeah. Right, whatever. These are put in as like natural blockers to natural pollution. E.g., you want these to get rid of pollution. So put forests in, because naturally it will take the fucking pollution out of the ground and prevent any further pollution. Will help with pollution management, which is what we need. Yes, it doesn't look pretty, but it's not there to be pretty, it's there for fucking environmental reasons. Sorry, I'm a fucking hippie. Yeah, we need 6,000, so can I click another loan out? Rather than doing this stupid, let's take another fucking loan out and get like that, let's just take one of them out, put that in. Boom! Power plant. Should help. Boom. And we got, yeah, I don't think we've not got as a high skill on we in a public library. Into a little bit of an industrial area here, so we've got another pocket of industry, especially near these power plants and shit. It should be alright in power once the power station, the total power plant works. Not a big fan of using them, but sometimes you've got to go with reality, and the reality is that wind power is unreliable, and the amount of fucking size windmill farm I need is insane, and the cost is too fucking much. I can't afford to put that in on this city. It's just not fucking at that size. What the hell's causing the traffic jam off the motorway, boys and girls? What's going on? Come on, don't be all using a single fucking lane. It's a fucking roundabout, boys and girls. Bloody hell. Fucking roundabouts, like, look at that. Look at that. That is appalling, isn't it? And that's all industry, that is mainly just industry. If I'm going scratching my head going, why are they in such a fucking backlog there? I want to know why that's getting backlogged there. That's a bit of a weird one. That shouldn't be happening. Say the fucking loose, that should not be fucking happening. That's the problem when you've got industry, is you oh, house fire, oh, somebody's had a bad day. Oh god, oh, you did set it out, lovely job lads. Just bloody praying when that happens. No, I'm in a bit of a ranty mood. I'm always in a bit of a ranty mood, to be fair, nowadays. I just get tired of watching humans being stupid, and they never seem to overcome the lack of ability to be humans. It saddens me. They fall prey to both greed, envy, and the many fucking seven sins, which ultimately do not make you a bad person, but when they consume you and allow them to overwhelm and consume you as a human being, then there is a wee bit of a problem. I need to figure out what the fucking problem is here, because this is not good. This is like, what are the idiots doing? Why are we at this like level of stupidity? I can't deal with it. I need to deal with this first. That this is bothering me. Let me change the camera angle. My brain's forgotten how to use use the keys on this. So we're not going to backlog on the way in. Where are these all going in? Why we got a backlog here? Have I put in, not a big fan doing this, but it may be necessary just to kind of ease off some of this traffic. junction. I want a curvy road, curvy road, curvy road in. So then, if they're going into the housing estate, they can go into the housing estate. They're not like residential traffic as such. Come on, residential traffic should be whizzing off into this housing estate here. It's a B road, and I do get that as a pain in the arse, but it's like better than being on this fucking road here. Where are the vast majority of you guys going? So that's the point is you've got the roundabout design. It's good till you come to this problem where you can only allow so much traffic through at any one time. So you're getting this kind of like backlog as such, which is why I'm like trying to work out where the backlog's occurring. Because we might be better off turning this into just a pure based fucking junction instead. Junction it. That's the way to go about it. I don't want to have to junction this, but clearly I'm going to have to. That looks so fugly, doesn't it? It's unreal how fugly that looks. Oh my god, everything's on fire! No! Quickly deal with this fucking ongoing fire in my hole. Oh god, down that bad. So they can go around the ring road, but then I'm basically diverting the traffic into another location rather than just directly dealing with it here, which is not brilliant really. Get onto that as it needs to, and that's going off to the housing estate. The main mass majority of the traffic can go where I need it. Oh, right, there we go. It's not the most prettiest of roads, but industry that's coming in can just get straight in and straight onto that road, which is my point. General like commuter traffic and all that can go there. I'm actually going to get rid of my little ugly road here because I don't need that now. We'll see how that goes. Can't get the angles to go up. I'm trying to get it to. The angles are just horrible, and I don't know why. It's driving me a wee bit nutty. I keep wanting to click in drag in the games like that. No. Oh, it's too waterwise before. Oh, it cost me 24,000 to move that. Oh, you can take the piss, aren't you? Great to that, so not a two-way problem. They're straight into the residential and they're straight on that. But I say the problem we have is these guys can't. Either have to come out here, go around that, and then get around that. Where's this issue now? I've moved it into this. Why are they all going there instead of using the road system I provide? Oh, you idiot AI! It's like you're trying to get them, ease the traffic off by like directing it where you need it. Like, right, go on this road. That way, the main industrial traffic I don't need to go in that way. And they're like, no. No, we won't go on this little one-way road, we'll go straight into the town. But no. I can't pull that off. It's going to build another big laddie town area. Snake it in on itself as we do. Again, giant snake tail on itself. Need 1200 for that. It's such a pain. So we'll put it instead. It's not got that much industry, that's the problem at the moment. You look at the amount of industry we have, it's not that much. But hey, I'm just going to go use the restroom and get some more ice cream for you guys. Have a nice listen to chill music and I just no more my friends. Back down to like Henry VIII's fucking creation of his own church because the Roman church said no to him and he didn't like being told no, which then resulted in a split in Christianity in the UK anyway. Do you actually get a lot of, like Russians have their own version of like religion Christianity thing? It's a bit weird. It's not just a UK thing. The Roman Pope's church was not favourable with a lot of fucking countries, understandably, because suddenly a lot of power, which is the religious power, was held by the Catholic Roman Church. Doesn't go over well with kings and other members of royal families who are a little bit little bit kind of not power hungry, maybe say politely, but believe that they are of a breed which is not of the common man, and suddenly having somebody who's, well, I'm the speaker of God, and I say what I say, and it goes no matter what. I am fucking speaking on the behalf of God, so if you don't like it, tough shit. Presents a wee bit of a fucking problem, does it not? So they don't really like that, so you ended up with a lot of them kind of trying to deal with it. It was kind of the Roman Church having power, which, you know, there was no problem with that aspect of them, like, oh, it's just a church, you know, you're working hand in hand with the church. It's, you know, favourable with the people, keeps the people from being like savages in their sense, because they're like, oh well, old mad pagans, oh no, we can't be doing that anymore, like, oh well, no. So you kind of ended up with not so much a split as such, but a bit of a kind of a. I want to move them as well, ideally. I don't know how hard it's going to be. Can I move these? How much is it going to cost me to move these down to the coast? Not too much. Not tons, not enough money. Oh, yeah, just wait a minute or two. Before it all goes tits up, I already know it's going to go tits. Look what where that came from. It was a term used to refer to plane dials because they look like tits, and that's where it came from. It's when two dials in a plane would go up, and it was usually a bad thing. So they referred to it as tits up, and then that kind of became a common lingo thing. Bizarrely, I'm not entirely sure why it became a common lingo. It just did. It was a bit like, alright, fair enough. But no, it was always kind of a wee bit of a problematic scenario. It still is to this day, to be honest. You get Americans with the extreme religious, xenophobic mentality. Like the Ku Klux Klan and loads of others, like fucking Christianity has got like far right. People go, oh, the Muslims, oh, they're going to behead you. It's like, look into Christianity. It's like, not much better, lads. Not much better at all, unfortunately. And that's the sad truth of it. And it's kind of like, really is kind of sad that that is the case. And it's like, most religions have extremists within them, and it's not always a thing. You're like, oh well, it's religion is purely bad. It's not. It's not good, but it's not bad. It is for some people a necessary thing for them, and ultimately it prevents a lot more problems. But in turn, it's used for an excuse for other people to say, well, I'm a Christian, I'm a good person because I follow this Bible. And yet there'll be a horrible person who fucking do very nice things to other people, and generally don't follow the Bible, but they're using it as an excuse of kind of justifying themselves, of saying, well, I'm not a bad person, I follow this book what tells me how to be a good person. Yet they don't follow the book, they cherry pick what they like out of the book to make themselves feel better about who they are as a person, and you're just like, no, you're not a nice person, you're just inherently the kind of person you are, and there's no problem with that. What the bloody good place use that? And it inherently presents a wee bit of a problem for. Let's get the high tone that one. Let me just highs on that are a bit much. Sorry, them highs were a little bit too much even for my ears. Tweaking my ears a little bit, and I was like, oh, this uncomfortable, unpleasant, maybe a nice way to say it. Yeah, we're building a lot of industry on top of this hill over here, because there's a demand for it. Not demand, but enough for one on my own. I might as well build one. So just putting like a bit of retail in behind here on this road. This is just going to be retail, not so much industry. So we're doing all right in that sense. Oh no, it's already been plumbed up. Sweet. Right. But no, it's yeah, religion has its benefits. I will not deny it. Humans are a creature which, unfortunately, if you didn't have religion, I do see it causing quite a wee bit of problems. So the harm it may cause, I can kind of overlook some of the harm it causes when it's for the mass majority of what it does for the benefit of people. It's the whole idea is to kind of prevent one another from fucking each other over. That's why you look into the commandments, like do not jealous over my neighbour and all sorts. It's all about basically don't be a dick to one another. We're all fucking human. Stop being dicks. Basically, unfortunately, human nature has become kind of not warped but corrupted through means of capitalism and shit like that. And unfortunately, the nature of humans is that we are a social species who. Oh, it's just shadows, I think, isn't it? What's going on? It's a bit nutty. We're a social species, so when you've got a social species whose social way of behaving is the way in which, not so much the environment, but the way in which the let's go back on city cam for a little bit while we sort of load. What fish? What, Carol? Carol, what? Yeah, you want food. You always want food, Carol, I think. Carol? Yes, that's what I thought. You finished beating up the other one, or you just a bit slow? Say beat it slowly. Here you go. There's food in the tank. You realise tasting the water and go mental like the piranhas. You're like, collecting money rather than me just sitting there going, "Man, ring." There we go. It's a little bit better. It's not brilliant, but I can now at least see the fucking fish, not just algae. Which I kind of miss the algae, to be honest. They're a bit looking, not bad. It's just fucking goldfish keep breeding with one another. And one of them, the one who wasn't female, which became female, always looks like he's battered to hell because the other one's always like fucking beating the shit out of her to the way they breed. I don't think it's consensual, no. It's kind of, yeah, fishy rape. Yeah, fishy rape. You're a rapist, little fucking bastard. Don't deny it. Don't fucking deny it, you rapist bastard. Randy fucking fish. Right, I can't neuter my fish. If I could neuter my fish, I would neuter my fish. And people are like, oh, why would you neuter your fish? Oh, you're a monster. I'm like, no. If you understand how fucking fish breed, you'd be like, yeah, you'd want to fucking neuter the bastards because you'd have a fucking goldfish which would kill the other goldfish with the way it fucking breeds. They kind of fucking body slam one another to breed, and it presents a wee bit of a problem. Especially when you consider that, you know, the goldfish are a little bit too stupid at times to realise that that's not a very, not all fish do it. Like mollies are like libers. They do like they kind of go next to each and go, and then whiff the shenanigans to one another and go, and the other one goes. But with goldfish, it's more like squeeze you out. Oh, there we go. Now it's like that. How did your species survive? It's like, well, only the strong survive. No shit. Fucking nutters. It's like, you're just crazy. Oh, I have no connection to the internet. My internet's just fell over. Lovely. So you guys have no clue what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. I'm ranting about goldfish breeding. And my internet's still on, so you guys should be able to see me. Made a peak of 2. I'm at the end of the stream. Someone wandered in at one point and listened to my ranting about the iris and went, nope! I went, nope, I ain't doing that. And I'm like, I fell off. I blame you. Don't blame anyone who would come in and listen to me ranting about like the iris and be like, yeah, I'll give this a miss, to be fair today. He also might have come in when I wasn't doing anything, and it was just like, hey, you're not doing anything. Where's your stream? He's doing nothing. It's like, I'm not doing nothing. No, sure, I'm not doing an awful lot. I'm debating whether or not to take my dogs for a walk at the moment. That's the main thing. Take the fat dog for a run with the other idiots. And just let this stream go on without me being here. And then about, sorry, I'm not at stream. I'm not here. I am currently going walking my dogs. Which I think I might actually do. That way we can accumulate some cash. So when I do get back, we've got some money to play with. Just make sure there's not too many naked bare roads doing nothing at the moment, which is more the important thing. Should be alright without too many water problems, but I don't know. How's our power consumption? The power consumption's alright. I'm a little bit concerned about water. That's about the only one I'm a bit concerned about. How are you whinging about employee issues? Why are you whinging about Maybe it's because you're a shit business providing shit working quality right next to a fucking copy of your own business. I don't really think it's you can't get any employees. I think it's location plus your fucking bad business practices, mate. Because there's plenty of residential areas now. It's not like there's a lack of those anymore. So yeah. I just need to plumb up that bit of road a bit more. It's just like plump, plump. I like the word plump. Bizarrely it has like a rudeness to it, and I like it. I like the rudeness of it. Let's just get this bit done as well. That's it. I hate having no credits in this game to basically get shit done. So annoying. Honestly, so annoying not having any credits. In a year we've built this. It's like, wow. Does that where you can pretty much instantaneously build roads and you've not got like the normal fucking English fucking workforce when it comes to road maintenance. Anyone who drives in the UK will be like, oh, yep, see an awful lot of cones, not an awful lot of workers on them. They do actually do work, most of the time they work in nights or evenings when the roads are least busy to reduce the likelihood of hazards of them getting run over, which is why you don't usually see them in the UK. I think that's the same in most countries. It's just kind of a risk management system. Bastard! Bastard game. How's that looking for plumbed up? Yeah, fine. I'm just going to leave you guys with this, doing this shenanigans, and I'm going to go and probably go and walk my dogs for a bit. I'm going to wash my feet and walk the dogs. I will be back. Muted. Was my mic muted? How long was my mic muted? I might have been ranting to the fucking EOS. Right, I'm gonna go and walk my dogs. I don't know when I'm muting my mic. Sorry about that. You guys just enjoy relaxing clips and the music. I'm gonna go and walk my dogs. Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Let's see what's going on my phone. Should be still alive. Let's just give it a quick check. Oh, bloody hell, we've promoted city-wise. Yeah, audio-wise, we're all good. Probably could do with turn that down a wee touch, just to... It's not as loud. Oh, we're back. I'm the only guy watching, so that's fine. Oh. Oh, we've got new roads, lovely. We're back, we're back, we're back. Nice and back. Oh, we've got a lot of barrel houses which need sorting. Oh, we've got 100 quid. We've got so much money. Oh, look at that. I think that was just wonderful. Can't afford the big police station. Can't afford the big police station and all that shenanigans, but we've got a high school, not got public education though. And there goes all that money we just earned instantaneously without even trying. Let's where's that up a little bit so I can get another one in on here. Give him a basketball court. Why not? Why not? Not I say, why not? Take it over quite merrily. Can't let the water issues there. Hi. There's been a wee bit of a problem called a lack of water. Sewage isn't too bad, so it starts backing up, but we're not really that worried about that too much. Some more sewage here. We're in power consumption issues as well. Oh yes, we are, but mainly I want to get rid of the sewage issue because that's hygiene based. That takes premise over everything else. Can you hear it there pinging away at the bottom of me? Mute that. Don't get my money back they were for that. That's less pollution, less noise, but generally it's more cost effective. Well, we're gonna have to use the old fashioned fucking these then. Save up 50,000 and get some decent amount of power then. Shove another one over here on this side then. What do you mean too steep? Look it off. Cheeky. There we go. Should deal with the issues with the power not yet being dealt with. Just need to get over that threshold really and get 50,000 saved up in the game. It's kind of a bit of a problem, isn't it? There we go. Wind farm's up and running again. Should be alright for the time being. suppose we need to get the what you call it, landfill management system. That it's a penny arse to get. Not impossible, just a pain to get, to be honest. Right, there we go. And then we just bring it back around. And we just plumb all that up. Oh, hey, the Industrial Road, where is it? That's the one we want. So we might continue on its merry little route down here, don't we? Maybe like an industry area around here as well. Like that. This is realistic, we turn into a bit of a highway. Yeah, I know I've got landfill problems. Power's just clicked in. So this one-way road down here. That's a bit of a pain, that, isn't it, that road? I was hoping I could utilise it a bit more effectively, but... yeah, so hopefully we're going to slip onto that, which would make more sense. That way that makes more sense, that road. That way you're not getting much traffic. Directly building on that, so if they want to come into the industrial area, they've got that there to get them into it. It's much quicker. Yep. What time we get here? Because I keep buying it, because I do really want to get myself some food at some point. Go across like that. Have we got, no, we haven't got that unlocked yet. What's that? Oh, I'm about to get it, so I'll wait. Education, oh, that's a wee bit of a problem. Let's just shove these in wherever I can find some space for them. What's that? Public library? Throw one there. Don't need that many of them. High school's a more important one, but they're expensive to run. What do you mean power consumption? Oh, we're eating power again. Pause time. Get myself. Still can't afford that. Well, we're gonna have to pause time then for a few seconds. Come on, a little bit more. One more tick should do it. Maybe a little bit more than one tick then. Bastard. Put it over in this place. That should do us for a little while longer anyway, power wise. Let's go with that. Retail, so we're just going to go heavy retail and fill that up with some heavy retail. Put some office blocks there as well. Just make sure this is plumbed up first so we don't have any issues. Alrighty, oh boys and girls. Have we actually got the ability now to deal with landfill properly? Yes, we do. I need to put one of these, each one of these. 30,000, something not cheap. Yeah, a little bit of a build up, but that's fine. That I can deal with. Why is there so much traffic moving throughout my city and kind of... Is that all trying to move down towards this industrial? Should I start destroying kind of little road bits like that? It's a question worth asking. See what the traffic's doing and why it's going up. Is it all trying to get down this way? It's all built up here. The AI ain't very smart, so he won't take the route of least resistance. I'm actually going to do this again, which I didn't want to do, but I'm going to do it. But, you know, look at it. Fine. That means everything's going down this way, but I only want it going one way though, so. Poor fucking tip workers like, oh, well, you just change the directions. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. But no, if they want to go that way they're not taking up as much room on this major road here, which is fine. My opinion, it's like need some of the traffic up here a bit. Still not got enough one of these, which is what we do desperately need to get our hands on, because it's going to start causing problems if we don't. We're still uneducated, our population, and our population's still stupid. Yeah, we have a stupid population. This is not helping matters. Pay that now off. This is paid off, so that will not take as much on loans. Yeah, we could probably do another fire station. What about police station? I'm kind of doing alright with police, but fire is, yeah, desperately we need another one of them. Just shoving in. Round about there-ish. So up that speed a little bit, so you can get stuff done a little bit quicker now. Let some money go up. There was that fire hazard over there. We still can need one over here, but should help at least a little bit. Not super healthcare, but there's a giant hospital there, so it's not like they're not. Got that one. Not got any childcare, which is a bit of a fucking problem. And childcare affects businesses and shit like that, because then people aren't able to work because they're having to look after their kids. So it's perfectly acceptable, it's just a bit of an inconvenience for my city overall, because it puts people off living here. Like I said, public services are quite an important fucking thing. You've got to make sure you get your public sector and your public infrastructure done right. Because if you don't, well, let's be honest here, boys and girls. Let's get a little fucking primary school in here as well. I do not know why there's so many uneducated idiots in our city. There is no excuse other than, I don't want to get the skill, man. I want to play Nintendo. It's like, yeah, get out. Got a hillbilly fucking city. Well, let's get some high skills put in here as well. Get that fucking sorted. Hey. City of idiots. Population booms. Education system is presented a bit of a problem because I've been building schools. Not intentionally, there was a high school, it's just the capacity of the high school is now beyond its limitations, so it's like, oh yeah. People aren't getting educated as well as they should be doing. Boys, the high schools take up so much space and cost so much, it's just like, stupid people. The benefit is you get them doing more high qualified jobs, which improves industry and shit. I mean, you find out what my dog's barking about. It's only one of them, but it's always a bit like, Oof. That should help a wee bit. Let's put one over here as well, because the stupid's over here. Bizarrely, a lot of retail requirements, like a really high demand of retail in my city, and I never get why, because it's like, come on, how many shops do you actually fucking need? 2. 21st fucking century, everyone buys shit online most of the time. Why the fuck do you need that many shops? Is it just so the street people have somewhere to go, so you can go gawking at fucking things they can't afford? There'll be people out, oh, triggered! It's like, I'm being honest, it's like, what's the retail shops for? People to wander around looking at goods. Yeah, clothes shops, I do agree. But for fuck's sake, how many clothes shops do you need for a fucking population? Yeah, we've got 80,000 people, but you know, they're all crammed in these little fucking houses. Hey, so how many heads per house is there? Just asking. Right, that's that dealt with. We still need to get the landfill issue sorted first, because that is a kind of a necessary problem before it gets a wee bit out of hand. a landfill we're building. Just landfill from the power lines, get rid of them. So we're not going to bear houses too much. We've been quite good in that sense. It's just landfill's a bit of a fucking problem at the moment, so it's going a little bit around this landfill shenanigans, isn't it? Another one down here, because I always like putting them on the edge of my city roads. Give me a road. A landfill now. Shove it in the hidden away. It's not brilliant, but it's better than what it was. Got 5 landfill sites now, so there's no reason why the capacity should be overwhelming, but I do need to get these processing plants bought. That takes priority over everything else at the moment. Can I get rid of this old coal plant? I generally do not want it anymore. Hopefully I haven't just killed my power consumption capability. No, I haven't. Good. If you can get 50,000 up again, I can get another coal power, another fucking one of them gas power plants. Speak of the devil. That's what I wanted. Right, step 1. Yeah, I know it's fire hazards. You. Right, road. Give me that. Right. Next thing I need to do is that. That takes priority over everything else. Because I can't really expand to deal with the crisis in hand, which is the rubbish crisis. We have got landfill sites, you just got no way of processing all the fucking rubbish, and it's problematic. Yeah, we can build a bus depot, we can build train depots, and we can build a ferry, but it's like, that's if we had access to a train track. I could buy into a slack like over for a train station, but nah. Alright, in this little cube for now. We're not really going beyond our borders, we don't really need to at the moment. Screaming for like more. Fuck that room, there we go. There's one of our many things resolved. Now we just need to get another one built, ideally around here, so we can get processing it over here as well. Because we can start processing the rubbish, then we can start getting rid of it. But I need one per landfill, because these do take time to do it, tick otherwise, so it's like, wee bit of a problem. 9 go and have a look for something to eat. I'll let this do a bit of building up of cash, but I want to get rid of the landfill problem before it becomes a bigger problem than it already is. Huge demand for population growth, but I'm like, nah. No. You're not living in slums, you're just living on top of one another because you want to live in this city because of public fucking services. Yeah, you see all the landfill trucks are going out doing it. So the problem with the landfill shit is it takes time for it to deal with it and process it. I ideally want one more of these. Start emptying out this other landfill site. Might take that loan out for actually now. Speed process up a bit. We can get one more landfill fucking burner. Fire station takes priority though at the moment. Right near all the forest and trees, it's like, oh, not a good place to have a fire, is it really, boys and girls? And you get some more police stations built as well, because we really haven't got a lot of those going on either. It's like, yeah, crime's not super high because education's high and generally public quality of life is high, but still, it's like, yeah, one fucking station for the whole of this city with like fucking 10,000 people and there's a little fucking office built. It's like, bloody hell, lads. It's a bit fucking much, ain't it? It's like, yeah, just a wee bit of a much for one person. Oh, we've got 19 criminals in jail. I haven't got a giant police station, mind you, or a prison station. It's kind of annoys me that it's like, what's the point in like having jail capacity? What about actually, like, it's like, what about the scenario of like a very basic, common sensual one, which is like, well, looking alright that actually. So I don't think I can do the selective land thing, can I yet? Throw some green spaces in there. Quality and cost of land value. Of course, everyone loves bouncy castle. Yeah. Actually, gonna get rid of a lot of this because I'm not actually very happy with it. My dogs are going mental. I really don't. Just get it on them at times and they're just like, I'm gonna back at everything and everyone. And you're just like, stop it. Barking at nonsense. Out. Some of the demand for like heavy I'm gonna throw that on fun cam and I'm gonna put myself some weight. Shit. Food. Rightio. Look, I put pasta on with some meatballs, so I was having a look if we had any sauces, but I can't justify using a full jar of sauce just for my eating, because it won't get eaten. I want it to be a waste. Waste not, use not, as I say. I have a 5-minute alarm there, so I can keep a track on that. What we got? We got 50,000. University 75,000. We've already got super fire station might be worth getting. Super prison on the van. Fire station's probably the better one because we have got a lot of fire issues. It rains an awful lot. It's still like loading it would be a better option. Alternative boost the population rapidly. What's education looking like? super bad. Have I got a stinky dog in here? I can smell her. She wandered up and had a fucking wander in and wandered off, the Swampinator. Oh, I love nights in this game because you can never see anything you're doing. Put that like that. Put that like that. Same here again. Let's just check the plumbing. There is none, so we'll just do that real quick. Let's go back to landfill. Let's throw one of these in as well. We've got 30,000 left over. Yeah, fill. So we just boom, 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 boom. Retail, boom, 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 boom. Probably not down the. It's just. There we go. The other thing I want to do is throw in a little primary school because these people will be stupid otherwise. Well, that really makes any difference. These people seem to just stay stupid. No matter how many schools I build them, they retain their stupidity, and I'm just like, eh. Do need to get a university built in this city, but it's like, yeah, not practical at this moment in time. And 10,000 get a healthcare over here, so they can get some healthcare because these guys are all having to go to that hospital miles away. Got a localised clinic in there. Averagely at 70% health, and I don't know how that works on. Does that mean like 30% of my population are just like not sick, but just like just got hangovers or something? Plumb this. Oh no, I haven't plumbed this bit of road. Oh, that's 5 minutes. Right, let's go and check all my it rises. And we're back. And we can afford a little healthcare. Boom. That should help the population get healthier. And fire service. It's always kind of itching to put in anyway, but can I not just take a cord? I can just speed things up. Not a huge demand for anything really at the moment. It's kind of the advantage we've got in some ways, because it's like no one's really after anything. Right here, we're just going to chillax. Get this fire station in there. Boom, lovely. Big road going to. My big road goes the. Probably do with doing up. Yeah, boom, boom. Leave that as it is. Let's go boom, boom, boom. How many spaces occupies? There for now. Continue the upgrading of this road. What's there? What shouldn't be there? Oh, high skill. Let's move that there then. Continue the upgrading process. Bouncy castle can go there instead. Instantly going, no! Oh wait, you just moved it. Alright, so you can put bigger road in. Like, yeah, to use up cholesterol and traffic, because the traffic in the city is just insanely too high. Go. There we go. Ah, there you go. Some cheap industrial behind here. Don't mind having cheap industry when it is necessarily useful. Do that, do that, do that. There we go. may seem odd, but you do need low qualified jobs for the population. That way there's a demand for it, because otherwise there's just a demand for high educated people, and it's like, we got a lot of stupid people. And we got a lot of stupid people. Where that's from? Stupid people ain't got a lot of job requirements for them. It's like, we a bit of a problem. Boost. Push. I want to get that university. That is something I do think would be worth getting. Do we not plumb this up, buggers? If I didn't, plumbed it up, buggers. There you go, it's all plumbed up now. Whew. And there's just a house on fire, don't mind that. Fuck's sakes. Fireman's going down the road going, why is there no direct access to these houses at times? Oh, hey. I love the birds. They just look fucking like complete and utterly like just like plastic bags flying or something. It's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. Yeah, nice city, built up nicely. Yeah, me liking it a lot at the moment. This city is looking quite what you'd want. Right, I'm gonna have to build a thing around this for industry again. It's an industry bubble. That's my bubble for me industry. Right. I do want to buy this, but at the moment we can't. To be fair, I'd actually like to move. Let's empty that. Let's move that over to this industrial site again. So when that gets emptied, let's move that one there. It's not brilliant having not many landfill sites, but it's like, really kind of needed the situation more than the need of like time situation. It's like it's necessary to have some somewhere. 40,000 please. Need it instantly. Come on, lads. Taking the mic, just a few millimeters off. It's like, come on, you just put a wire up, wouldn't you? Be like, oh, that looks dodgy as all. I'm like, yeah, it does. Doesn't matter. And then we just need to get a little bit more in here. Boom. Boom. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, 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 bing, gang. Fail. do we get that? Oh, not far off it, mind you. And we have to get rid of all of that and then buy some bloody proper ones so we're not having to pollute the fucking waterways. Can I fit that in? No. This game's like, no. It's like, oh, step one, get a bloody university put in. Oof. Police station as well. Get a water waste system built in. We could do with another one of these being put in somewhere. Should be another choker in there, probably about there-ish. In 4 years we've built pretty much near a little fucking monster city, haven't we? So it's a bit kind of scary in the kind of concept of how long it's took to build this. It's like, oh, ooh, that's kind of insane. How do we care? I need that in there as well. And that's my food cooked. So whilst my food is cooking, you guys can get that. Oh, mark it with that. Anyway, I'm back. I've got my food, so I'm going to end the stream here. After like doing the last little fucking things, which is like, what was I doing? Putting Elder helm in. Boom. Elder helm and maybe a fire station or two. Police stations we're kind of doing alright. We could do with another one. Yeah, you know what? Put another one in because we've really got 1, 2, 3. I've got all 4 police stations. That's that dealt with. But yeah, one last little cinematic. This is that one. Yeah, we built this. It's looking alright, isn't it? Bit well built up, as you can see. Still got a bit more to go. We might jump on this and do some more city skylines and continue on from this. We'll save it. No way I know where it is, so I don't go. What's up? Thank you for watching. I'm going to end my stream here so I can go and have my tea and then get ready for work. What are you doing, Stinky? Yeah, I noticed you noticed the meatball what fell under the worktop. And you were straight in there. Yeah. Fat foo. Stinks. Fucking Swamper the dog. Swamper, Swamper, Swamper the dog. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will probably stream some more City Skyline because it is quite a chill game. But that's all I'm going to do for this stream. I'll try to get streaming a bit more regular again, but it's like trying to sort everything else out and juggle, fall over. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's all.